The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final two bring us as we're off in Week 9? That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30.
Set, ready? 60 or. I got one. 6-6, pull it high. Check 31. Now.
They'll run it for the first time with Alvin Kamara. And not much, maybe a yard up to the 29. He'll wind up getting a yard on the game's first play at second down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Hill. Open man is Higgins. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. The reception good for 7. It's third down. An early task. 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2.
Check hot. Switches. 22-jet bomber. 22-jet bomber. Hey, Haywood.
From the gun, here's Hill. Eluding the pressure right. And an alley to run. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. Big yardage there on the scramble. It gets him a first down.
That's something you have to be aware of as a defense and have to find a way to account for him. And if you're not going to use a spy, you're telling your guys to keep your eyes on him, because when he breaks out and makes plays like that, all he does is hurt you.
Have to at least be able to contain him somewhat. There they could not. The improv on the scramble there gets him 6, and it'll be second down.
Partner, he was going through his progressions. Not there, not there. After about the third one, he decided he better pull it down and run for it. And he slides down and avoids the hit for good measure.
Let's go, G. I get it.
To throw again on second down. Hill. Stepping up. He's going to keep it. He'll wind up getting 4 there on his own, but it will leave him now with a third down situation.
He was able to get away earlier in the drive, but apparently all the time they put in practice finally came to the front, didn't it? They remembered their lessons and found a way to contain him when he took off on that one.
Go. Ready.
They'll run for the first time with Tevin Coleman, and he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. A rough go there on third down, a loss of 4.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. What that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
They were probably hoping to get him a little bit closer for a shorter field goal, but he was able to get it done from deep.
Nice little tester for him to begin things, huh? I think he was open for a little bit more of a chip shot. Instead, they made him stretch it out a little bit, but he's got to feel great now that he put it through the pipes.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. Winston and the Bucs take over now, 1st and 10 at their 25-yard line. From the gun, Winston. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off near the 42. And he will return this one to the 30-yard line. He had a little bit of the turnover bug last week, 3 interceptions. Not an absolute disaster, but another one here. Do you start to get a little worried?
You worry about your team as a whole because you have to find a way to make those interceptions quote-unquote go away, and that means your defense. They've got to go out there on sudden change and at least hold people to field goals. And if that keeps happening, they lose confidence in the quarterback, and then no one plays well.
They're throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Well, there's times when you see these catches that are made, and we just know the guys playing it are really wishing for college rules. Only need that one foot down instead of 2. It's awfully difficult on the sideline, isn't it?
This is Coleman, and he'll be taken down just shy of the red zone at the 21.
And after that type of a run, there's some talking going on down on the field, but it's not trash talking. The guy who just carried the ball, he's going back and telling his offensive line, great job, keep it up, and we'll break that one soon.
Rush coming, and he's taken down. Carl Nassib drops him for a 4-yard loss there, and that brings up 4th down.
Well, it's about how teams are so competitively matched, and you just want to make those plays that give you an advantage. How about right here? The difference between letting them score a touchdown versus holding them to a field goal, that's absolutely huge with the play he just made.
And you know he hated taking the loss there on 3rd down. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the number 1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got to continue to play the type of ball that put them in the spot where they're number 1 in their conference.
Jameis to throw it. He finds his tight end, Howard. That's complete.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20, because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
4 yards the pickup, 1st down. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33. Winston now. It's caught by Mike Evans. And he's got this down almost to the 20 before he's dropped. That's good for a Buccaneer first, a pickup of 12 yards. Jameis now, after the pick on the last drive, 3 for 3 to start this drive. It's 1st and 10. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down. Jameis now on 1st down. This into the hands of his running back, Ronald Jones. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. Ronald Jones with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Bucs have taken the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started. And still a lot of football to be played this season. We're only in November. A lot can happen between now and January. But if it ended today, they would just be on the outside of the playoff picture looking in. So a lot to fight for.
Yeah, and wasn't it interesting in our meeting with the coaching staff that they all made sure to let us know, we know where we are right now. but the playoffs don't start tomorrow. We still got some time, and they plan on putting it together, formulating a streak, get the whole month of December still left to play. They think they can get in.
And they made it very obvious to us that there's no playoff talk in the locker room right now. It's win this game and look to next week.
Excellent focus.
4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down.
Here we go. 18 Gator. Rip right. Check your hot read. 61, matchbox lights. Now.
They'll try and run for it here. It's Coleman. And getting this just shy of midfield. They'll spot it at the 49. 17 there, and a New Orleans first down.
Come on, set. 18 Gator.
After one, 7-3 the score on EA Sports.
Pilot, 64, Wiggs, hit it.
On first down, it's Hill. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
The goal for any offense versus his own defense, find the holes where guys are available and put the ball on the receiver before any defender can step up and fill it.
They did it well there. Perfectly executed crossing route. 6 yards there on the keeper. It's second down.
60 outlaw. Hey, Delta.
On second down at 4. Hill. This pass complete to Higgins. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. This drive, it's been a good mix. 3 passing plays, 3 runs, hitting on all 3 of those passes, and the last one putting him in the red zone.
So wouldn't you think play action right here? Because you've got the ability and had the ability to run it in, throw it, go play action, and take your shot at the end zone.
Hill on third down. Escaping the pressure right. And he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Devin White with a big-time sack on third down. It's a loss of 7. They get the sack on the blitz, but it was 3rd and inches. Are you surprised like I am they weren't running the football there?
I'm right there with you. I would have thought it worst. Quarterback sneak, try and pick up the first down and move on. But instead, I think they thought they could catch him by surprise and maybe hit something deep.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
Morstead, the punter, out to kick it off. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
That one nearly 30 yards, 29 officially.
Ready, flag, let's go, D. Run. He's telling me, flip.
From the shotgun, it's Winston. Flush to his right. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. Got out of the pocket. Didn't look like he had anybody open, Charles, so just gets rid of it.
And a good play by him. If no one's open and you don't have a running lane that you want to take, make the right choice. Get rid of it. Live to fight another down.
56. Mops 56.
A second down throw for Winston. His throw incomplete. Coverage there by Von Bell.
When I watched that play, I thought about what my coaches had told me in the past. The biggest teaching point, get your head around. Locate the football so you can make a play on it while it's in the air. That's exactly what he did there. That was nice.
On third down, Winston. And he's got a man. It's the tight end Howard complete. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints 28. Winston now to throw on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Marcus Davenport make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Now that after the sack, it'll be interesting to see what they have planned for 2nd and 23. Winston. He'll let this go for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. They set themselves behind the chains, tried to get it all back in one play, and it backfired.
Didn't it feel like a pitcher working his way into a 3-0 count, right? You're behind. What do your coaches always tell you? Get it back one pitch at a time. In this case, they tried to get it back right away, and it didn't work out.
Here's Hill now after the interception. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go deep down the left sideline. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. After the incompletion, here's 2nd and 10 from the 20. To throw again. Hill. And he hits his running back, Tevin Coleman. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. It'll be a Saints first down on a gain of 16 yards. Right after the turnover, they come out throwing.
And that means it's a sudden change situation. We used to practice it on defense. Sudden change, get out there, stop the offense. But you typically run out there a little bit unsettled. I think that's why he came right out throwing the football, hoping to catch him off balance.
And he did. They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
I'm starting to feel for that quarterback back there. I mean, you know me. Normally, don't have a lot of empathy for the QB, right? In this case, definitely. He's been under constant duress this entire game. I don't know how he's surviving back there.
And to think, there's still a long way to go in this football game.
Hey, turn it up. Watch the air. Look, squeeze. Let's go.
Oh, he shifts past him. It's going to be a gain of 6 on the keeper, but it leads to a third down.
It's a gain of 6. Brings up 3rd and 13.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
You don't want no problem with me.
A reminder coming up just a few minutes from now, we'll send you to Jonathan Coachman and our crew in Orlando. Coach will have a look back at some of the stats and scores from yesterday's action.
Go, 91, 54, Mike, 54. Here we go. Hey, orbit.
3rd and long. It's Hill rolling to his right. He may try and run for this. And some room to roam now. He'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. That one a broken play, but it ends up being a good play. The scramble goes for 20.
First and 10 at the 47-yard line.
Let's go now. 30 base. 45. Hey, wahoo. 45, 45, 45. Let's go.
Now Hill looking to throw on first. He's got his all-pro receiver, Michael Thomas. And they're able to work this to the 25 before it's all said and done. A well-executed 22-yard gain.
Saints first down.
8-3. Hey, zoom. Snap.
Out of the gun, Hill. And he's going to go down here, a sack. They push him back to the 34. Shaquille Barrett in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing 2nd and a bundle.
You got 3 down. Shoot.
Hill. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
Even without a ton of pressure in his face, it just shows how difficult it is to pick apart his own defense. Those guys are sitting back, and they're not playing receivers as much as they're playing the eyes of the quarterback and when he delivers the ball.
Check, 45 is the money. You don't know no better. 45.
Throwing on 3rd and long. Hill. And that will be incomplete.
Well, it's easy to see when we review this that the ball needs to come out quicker, because if you don't throw it right on the break, you bring a crowd of people into the equation.
And that's why it got knocked away there.
49 yards.
And Lutz's kick is good. And they jump back in front here. It's 9-7. So the scoring drive encompasses 9 plays, and the net result, 3 points.
Take your disappointment and put it aside. 9 plays. Yeah, they want to end up in the end zone with a touchdown. I get that. But sometimes those 9-play drives pay dividends later with another 9-play drive that culminates in a touchdown when they wear down a defense.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Under a minute to play here in the half. Time for a late drive.
It makes sense when you think about it. Hey, try and get a field goal. Give yourself a lead going into the half. But if you're going to do this, you better have supreme trust in your quarterback. Supreme trust in the guy who's going to handle the football. Because if you turn it over here, not only do you go in down at the half, you've given the momentum squarely to your opponent.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Working out of the gun, Winston. And eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as the clock will stop with just under 30 seconds to go in the first half. Now they're in some hot water now after that sack. It's 2nd and 21. He's going to air it out for Dorsett. And Jameis intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Von Bell. And his guys have got it back at the closing stages of the first half. That late in the clock, 2nd quarter, why not just run it a time or two and get it into the locker room?
What you're saying makes absolutely perfect sense. Run it and get out of there. But I'm just wondering if the pressure of today's NFL and the high-powered offenses that you're facing may have forced them into saying, let's try and get some more points.
Being chased out left. And I think that one might have been intercepted, but he will be ruled out of bounds. So this will go only as incomplete. An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Now flags will come in. I think this one's going to be on the defense for jumping. A free 5 yards as the defense jumps.
I know it's an anticipation game for them, but it's also a reaction game, and they reacted poorly on that one.
So the penalty certainly helps them out as they come up on 2nd and 5.
Tighten up. Pull it together.
Spot. Rock it. No. Kill. 6-6. Pull it high. Get it.
Play action. It's Hill. Flushed out right. Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked up by Levante David. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Likely time for just one final play, and then it'll be off to the locker room to talk about how they can erase this deficit.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people look at it and go, well,
and for the 4th time tonight, it's an interception. Picked off by Jair Alexander, and his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. Their defense has done the job. Now it's the offense's turn as they've got it 1st and 10. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
I'd say it's pretty good strategy. If you throw interceptions on back-to-back drives, let's see if the running backs can handle the ball a little bit, get things going. And also, you motivate your offensive line. I think they're in a mood to fire out and hit someone.
I thought the defense, though, might be a little more prepared for that run. Pretty good gain on the ground.
Flip.
Again, it's Jones. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. They'll try and run for it with Jones. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer first down. After the run by Jones, here's 1st and 10.
56 the mic. 56 is the mic.
They'll try to throw now. Winston. And he finds Howard complete. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35.
Let's go.
A good pickup there, 26 yards. So in Saints territory now. Here's 1st and 10, down at the 33. Now Winston, nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
My, oh my, they've had some success bringing him off the edge. How about the gambling man who's the defensive coordinator? He's not just bringing pressure. He's bringing a corner to go after the quarterback.
And it's worked twice now, twice like a charm.
And not only has that worked like a charm, he's been awfully disruptive in his usual role covering receivers. Now he's rushing the passer as well.
They get 2 yards back, but they're going to need a lot more than that here on 3rd down.
And it's
Ready.
Mike 47. Bandit. Bandit.
Green, come see.
47.
Throwing, Winston. Open man is Howard, the tight end. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 13-yard line.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
And he's got his tight end, Howard. It's a Buccaneer touchdown. O.J. Howard with touchdown number 7 on the year. And the Bucs are going to retake the lead. Extra point by Gay is up and good. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. And following the touchdown now, it's Bradley Pinion on to kick this one away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Saints take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Got it.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. Now a man open down the middle of the field. A bit of a catch for him to remember. That's number 400 for his NFL career. Not a bad number at all. Back to throw. Hill. And he locates Josh Hill, complete. He'll get 15 and a Saints first down.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
From the midfield stripe, they'll look to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Shaquille Barrett has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. Pass protection has been a problem all night long as they come up facing second and a bundle. Eluding the pressure right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far and brings up 3rd down. An incomplete pass on that last play, and that means they'll need to come up with something here on 3rd down.
Undercrush, undercrush, undercrush. Hey, Echo. Let's go.
From the gun, here's Hill. Got a man on the right sideline. That's Shepard. A really nice gain of 25 yards. Boy, the evolution of the game and how these guys on plays like that can get out of the pocket, keep plays alive, it just makes things so much harder for defenses.
It really does, and we're talking about an era in the game where the quarterbacks are the most athletically gifted that we've seen in a bunch. I mean, when you talk about collectively, it's unbelievable. So their ability to move is practiced now. It's not necessarily, oh, he just took off and you guys figure it out. When he takes off, everyone knows where to go now. They know how to run routes, change things, make themselves presentable for the quarterback. It's a lot of time that they put in on it. It's not just your static 1, 2, 3. This is where the ball goes anymore.
And he'll work his way inside the 30 now to the 28. Second down, a little more productive than first. 7 yards on the gain. It gets him to 3rd and 3 now.
On the double. X3. 218. Chopper. Hey. High 7.
A shotgun snap for Hill. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Trevor Williams with a pick. And the return will be stopped at the 34-yard line. Thomas, the intended target.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
They'll start out on the ground with Jones. And he'll get 2, maybe 3 up near the 37.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
On 2nd and 7, Winston. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
We've seen good cover skills on display throughout this game, really from both teams. And there's another nice example there of them making it difficult to complete a pass.
5 on the 50. 5 on the 50. Here we go.
Winston from the gun on 3rd down. And, he took that in one-handed. What a grab. 10 yards there and a Buccaneer 1st down.
What a catch and one-handed, and I'm starting to lose my awe about the play, and maybe I shouldn't. How much of this is the player? How much of it is the glove?
Well, those gloves, they do have a little grip to them.
They get a little extra tackiness to them now, and I know the guys in the NFL, the competition committee, some other places, they're talking about examining those gloves to see if they're having too much of an effect on the game.
At their 48-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. And as they come to the line, they will not be able to get off another play as time has run out on this 3rd quarter. This is the National Football League on EA Sports.
Ready. You ready.
6, right there, right there.
Hey, stop. Right way.
On 2nd and 9, Winston. He's going to air it out for Dortch. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Jair Alexander. And he'll bring it all the way back just a yard or 2 shy of midfield. Yet another interception, and I just had to double-check my math. But it is now 8 between last week and this week.
Well, I just used a calculator. I didn't worry about double-checking it. But the thing that always throws me when you see quarterbacks in this type of a bad spot, they're trying to figure out what they can do to change it, and sometimes they try too hard, and they never get out of it. And that's where he is right now. He's just locked in a really bad way.
Now the first play of the drive there is incomplete. We have not seen a whole lot of wide-open receivers. Everything seemingly has been contested.
And that's another nice job there to force an incompletion. They've been very cohesive, knowing each other's moves all game long, and they've been on the spot just about every time.
And they've held them in check on the scoreboard. This pass complete to Higgins. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down.
Nice hit, boy.
Ready.
On 3rd down, here's Coleman. So he fought off the tackle, and that effort gives him the first before he's brought down. They get the first. The decision to run on 3rd and medium winds up being a good one. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
Double tight, guys, double tight.
Go out. Protein spill. Fight.
Right back to Coleman here on 1st down.
Switch.
Levante David in on the tackle.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
Looking for a seam, but finding none. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage, and that's it. Officially, no gain on the play, and they're left with a 3rd and 8. The Saints on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 8.
Check three, check three, check.
Recon, 132 fighter. Hey, Delta. Go.
Operating from the gun. Hill. Open man is Michael Thomas. And this is going to lead to another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Bucs 23.
Come on, set. And Lobo.
Oh, you got deep.
Christian, travel. 2.
On 1st down, Hill. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. Levante David making his presence felt in the backfield. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Here's Hill. Open man is Higgins. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. A gain of 8 there on the 8th play of the drive. And, boy, they had high praise for this rookie receiver when we asked the coaches about him, didn't they?
They certainly did, and obviously they liked his measurables. Otherwise, they wouldn't have brought him onto the team. Height, weight, speed, all of it.
And he's wrapped up. Taken down. Back at the 25. Shaquille Barrett in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
Hey, exit.
45 to Mike, 45 to Mike. It's our field. It's our field. Hey, it's our field.
So here we go on 4th. Hill. And he's got it. Coleman. Touchdown, Saints. Tevin Coleman. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Saints have retaken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. From the gun, Hill to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
I think we can figure out why they went for 2 there, right? Up 1, you want to make it a field goal difference if at all possible. They didn't get it. Now they've got to play some defense down the stretch.
Yeah, not much margin for error now for your D. They just have to get it into range. Charles, this one, not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete. Jair Alexander that time able to knock that one away. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Jameis to throw it. Philip Dorsett hauls it in. Philip Dorsett by himself. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. 3 touchdown passes now in the ball game for Jameis Winston as his guys are able to regain the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Now, here's a look for the end zone, but that one's going to wind up incomplete. Protection was great. He had time to set up a campsite, but in the secondary, though, they were ready.
And I think that in most places on the field, if you have that much time to throw the ball, someone's going to shake free and you'll find an open receiver. But condensed near the goal line on a 2-point conversion, all that exit, there's not any extra field. So it kind of closes in on them, and that allows you to cover a little bit better.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
I'm coming, baby. I'm coming, baby.
On 1st down, it's Hill. Flush to his right. Wide open receiver complete. That'll be marked as a 27-yard pickup. So from Buccaneer territory now, it's 1st and 10 at the 45-yard line. Operating from the gun, Hill. It's caught by Coleman. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one goes for 30 yards. Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's Saints football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
General West. Hey, wahoo! Ready?
On 1st and 10, Hill. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. Vita Vea in there to drop him as that clock continues to run.
He's crashing. He's checking crash.
On 2nd down now, it's Coleman. This will be a 5-yard pickup as they move it from the 20 to the 15.
Let's go. 10-2 stop. Got you.
Back to throw. Dancing to his left. Now the Bucs going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown. And that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. They'll run with Coleman on 1st down. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
22-jet bomber. Shoot.
Hill. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. The target that time, Michael Thomas. But now it's 3rd and goal. A lot of tired bodies on that field, but this is a big play. 3rd and goal.
45, 45, Mike, 45. You. Let's go.
Now Hill. Forced out to his left. That's caught. It's Thomas. And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, New Orleans. Michael Thomas with time running out. And they have taken the lead here in the final minute. And now they'll empty the backfield here as they elect to go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Coleman. And he'll get into the end zone. So now a field goal would only tie as they've upped their lead to 3. Morstead out now following the touchdown to kick. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Bucs take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They only need a field goal. Obviously, the clock a huge factor. They'll be watching that. What do they need to do here, Charles?
Your sequence of plays has to get you out of bounds. Completions, get out of bounds, gain some yardage. Then when the clock hits 7 seconds or left, now you've got a decision. Are you in field goal range or is it Hail Mary time? Because from 7 seconds down, you don't want to take a shot that you're going to have another play.
We'll see how they handle it. The big play to start him out has him at the 45 already. Winston. He finds his tight end Howard. That's complete. The Bucs forced to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with 17 seconds to go in the game. Here's Gay for the Buccaneer field goal. The Saints going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. Here's Matt Gay now for the Bucs field goal. This to potentially send us to overtime. And this one is right down the middle. And that will tie this game here in the final minute of play. So in the final minute, they turn it over to their kicker to get him back to even, and he does not disappoint.
Brandon, do you think the pressure ever gets to this guy? Because I sure don't. That was pretty smooth right there. But I tell you, he better not rest on his laurels because there's a good chance they may need him again if this game goes to overtime.
Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They have a little bit of time here to get into field goal range, not much. In a tie game, you don't want to do anything crazy, right?
I agree with you on that one. Risk-reward, okay? If you go for it, what is the absolute reward on this? But the risk is probably greater. Run the clock out, get to overtime, and try and win it there.
All right, we'll see if they do just that.
5.
54 is Mike. 54 is Mike. Check, check. Watch 54. Watch 54. Not here. Save. Check 99. Check 99. He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Hill now to throw. Looking long for Thomas. And that is incomplete. 2 seconds left on the clock. He was trying to hit Thomas that time, and it's third down.
Third down and 9 yards to go.
After an incomplete pass on second down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
65. Whip. Watch the whip. Check the backer.
Now it's Hill. Looking again for Thomas, this time complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now the first throw in overtime for Winston. And that's going to be incomplete. A lot of contact, no call, and it's 3rd down.
That's very well timed there defensively because it's not a bad throw, but the collision came at the exact time he was reaching to bring in the football. Really, really well done.
Decent offense, just better defense. I think you're right. It's intercepted. Picked off at the 35. Powering his way forward. And he is going to get this one back to the 20-yard line. A costly mistake here in OT.
And you know what they say, when you throw an interception like that in overtime, you don't usually get a chance to throw a second one. I mean, I'm not sure the analytics on it. Let's ask Marvin, our statistician, to ring that down for us. That's typically how coaches and teams feel about it. You throw one, you likely cost yourself the game.
And this will leave him a yard short. Nice pickup of 9 yards on first down. A nice run there, 9 yards, and it'll be 2nd down.
61, match box, right.
They will run again with Coleman. And this time not as successful as he'll get back to the line of scrimmage and no more.
But we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
64, weak, 5.
On 3rd down, Coleman. And he's able to pick up the first down before he's tackled right at the 10. He needed a yard, that's what he got, and it's going to earn him a new set of downs.
First and 10 at the 10-yard line.
SOS. Check 3.
Protein spill. Go, go. Lead dribble.
On first down, it's Coleman. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settle it, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys, poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field. Well, we thought this game would be a good one. It did not disappoint into overtime, and it took the field goal to win it.
And we always pay lip service to how important it is to play defense. And usually we focus on the big offensive pyrotechnics, right? But in this case, they got the ball back on defense, gave themselves a chance, and they capitalized on it with a victory.
And I don't care what distance that field goal is from in overtime. The knees are always knocking, but he pushed it through.
Not only that, think about your snapper, your holder. A lot of nerves for them, too, because they have to do their job in order to give him one last chance to put a foot to it.
So for New Orleans, the win means they'll finish the first half at a respectable 5-3 record. They will hit the road next week for a date with the Oakland Raiders. Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, the perfect season was apparently not meant to be as they drop to 7-1. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week. That'll do it for us. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. Thanks to our entire crew as well. We'll talk to you next time. So long, everybody.
Mississippi and New Orleans. Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. His team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Haha, bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, I get it. Come on. I got cleats on my feet, jersey on my back, helmet on my head, ready to attack like that. Down in Mississippi and New Orleans, Big Snoop Dogg got a Madden league. Your team is off the hook and you don't really want none, but if you do, come and get some. See, tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Tell your mama and tell your daddy and tell the whole damn world this is Madden territory. Come get some if you want some, but you ain't bad enough, so you can't take none. I'm Big Snoop Dogg and I'm the only one. And when it comes to Madden, all y'all fools my sons. Bag up off me and watch you lose. Snoop Dogg is on the mic, I'm giving Madden blues. And if you choose to run up on me, you gon' get laid out so fast. Cause I can get you with the run or I can hit you with the pass. Come on. I can't be touched and I can't be schemed. Roll you when I'm in a mud league. 2-0, Madden time on you suckers. Y'all can't get close, so why you wanna touch us? Cause my team is so hard, my team is legit. Madden 20, Snoop Dogg is, now get it. Come on. Go. Big Snoop Dogg, it's in the game.
Honey, I dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, 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 yeah. They can't catch up cause they lacking the stamina. Way too advanced to be playing with amateurs. Stay on attack when they tackle like damager. They react and play it back on the camera. Hot boy, just consider me flammable. Sure shot, I got all the intangibles. Need a leash, I'm a beast, I'm an animal. Eat the competition up like a Hannibal. Know the game like I wrote up the manual. I do weekly what you do on the annual. MVP, that decision unanimous. Big dials, I don't think they can handle it. Battlefield, it's just me and my warriors. Guaranteed we emerge victorious. Years, blood, sweat, tears, is glorious. I remember when they always ignoring us. Dash, got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, they will not stop me. Tenfold, copy, end zone, watch me celebrate. I'm cocky, I do my dance, jump in the stands. No man, oh, deal with the hands. Thought he could guard me, I ruin they plans. I do what I want, they do what they can. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash, honey, y'all dash. They slept on the team that they owe me. I need a ring and a trophy. I say I'm the best cause I am. It's no need in keeping it low-key. I can carve up the D like a turkey or run straight through the D like a train. This year we ain't taking no losses. It's all about making the game. I hear a lot of trash talk. He call himself making a name. I put on the Jets. The coach will regret even letting them stay in the game. Team morale took a tumble. Next time be humble. I'm the lion in the jungle. You just try not to fumble. Rumble, young man, rumble. Never slip nor stumble. I take off, poof, magic. Now watch me juke through the traffic. Footwork fantastic. Dominating every facet. Treat the pocket like plastic. Here come the blitz, pass it. Got it on smash, foot on the gas. I will not crash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash. 100-yard dash.
It's lonely on top of the throne. I ain't a king of the pawn. Hop on a jet across the globe. I guess the road is my home and there's so many milk. Bird in my dome and like turbulent air. I'm switching these flows. If you look at my neck, boy, I'm letting it snow. I'm sturdy as hell as a vessel alone. They showing me love in my city. Gangs ain't hippies. Women like Nick, you know what I'm about. I'm not the stereotypes. They do not fit me. I'm bigger than life. Gave everyone jobs. I'm not a guard. Go hard with a squad. I'm playing my part, but I'm LeBron. Rings to the team. I feel Jackson and hard. The homie calling from a cell. A couple of homies be making it. I just want all of them dudes to the well. Not worry about taking a couple of L's. Don't sin for me, just win for me. Don't kill for me, just live for me. Keep it real for me. We eat together, leave the bill for me like. Hand on my heart, I give it all I got. Walk the walk and talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Hand on my heart, no, I give it all I got. Walk the walk, talk the talk. Take it higher, that's a God. Never stopping, that's a must. Always winning, never lost. GPS, I never lost. GPS, I never lost. Who do it better than me? Yeah. Vision on 2020. Yeah. VVS, Clarity. Yeah. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice. Taking notice. Determination, laser focus. Banging on they door, they taking notice. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, yeah. Okay. 30,000 in the pocket, no change. Okay. I might pass the ball, but this is no game. Okay. All my girls, they love and hate me the same. Okay. So when I die, I ain't gonna be from old age. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Right pocket got euros. Left pocket got pound. Somebody gonna want revenge. Somebody might want it now. Throw the ball with the right hand, catch with the left, touchdown. Step back, let me get some room. Congrats every time I'm through. Same packet, nobody knew. So I never get confused. Hotel got a bird's eye view. Hotel got a waiting room. Read a magazine.